B-voy, you already know what it is. Best versions of yourself, that's what I'm trying to make y'all. Listen up and I'll help you learn something to help you use in your everyday lives to help improve and further along. When you get to master it, you can help your peers improve, and then if you got kids, you can help your kids improve. I'm always just trying to help out the people and get back to what they originally always knew, and unlock all the doors that were closed that we didn't know we had the keys to. That's what B-voy is. Yep, you guys are back. I'm glad you guys made it back for B-voy episode number 3. Let's go. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in for another one. I really appreciate you guys' support and listening to me speak my truth. So let's get right into it. Today's episode, we talking about consistency. Consistency is a major role in success in today's generation and past generations. Therefore. But I think we forget that we consciously already know that consistency is a major key. It starts off right when we come out the womb, when we're training our parents to come get us when we're crying, when something's wrong. We consistently know that when we cry as babies, we get our parents' attention to furthermore get what we want. And then we go on to continue to learn how to talk. We learn how to walk. And that's through a lot of consistency. We fail over and over walking, getting up, parents helping us, getting up again, parents helping us, getting up again. And then finally, we execute and we learn how to walk. And it's a great feeling because it was something that we know early on that was so hard at first, but we see everybody else around us walking, so we want to learn how to walk. As we get older, I think we forget that that's where it all started. Us subconsciously knowing about consistency and continuing to go and get up again and again after failure. Why do we forget that? As we continue to get older, we start to grow into these negative thought patterns of, I can't, it's too hard, it's way too difficult, I don't think I can do it. But we forget early on that wasn't in our brains at an early age. It was try again, trial and error. We were our own scientists at a young age, experimenting on a day-to-day, learning what we liked to do and what we didn't like to do, but learning if we continue to do something that was difficult, it could become easier. Just like the alphabet, just like everything that we learn. It's not always easy at first. Yes, there is some people in the world that are naturals, that get things a little bit faster than others, but still, even then, they continue to practice. I like to say today that it's not so much about aging and getting older, but I like to compare life to leveling up. Everything starts at level 1. If you want to get better at something, you continue to practice and you stay consistent and you stay disciplined. Then you'll continuously level up more. For example, when I was first starting off with certain sports, wrestling, baseball, football, I was somewhat of a natural, but there were so many things that I had to learn. It was through practice and consistency and, growing up with the parents that I had that helped me develop my skills. But they always instilled in me, you got to be consistent. You got to continue to practice if you ever want to get good at something. And if something is difficult, don't give up on it right away, because a lot of things that we really want in life, they're not easy. And the fulfillment that we get from doing something that wasn't once easy, now it is easy. Oh my God. I know we all get that feeling. It's like, for example, when I finished my first 1,000-piece puzzle, that was hard and it was very difficult. But when I finished it, that sense of fulfillment was just like enormous. I felt, so accomplished that I did something that I didn't think I was going to be able to do. And, today's generation, they're so quick to, I want to be able to do this right away. Easy. I want something very easy. And I think that, some of us as parental figures, teachers, coaches, sometimes we're not instilling in our kids at a young age that, some things aren't going to be easy, but that doesn't mean we can't do them. Continue to practice, continue to stay disciplined, and you can learn anything you want in this life. There's a TED Talk that I watched. I'm going to put the picture up right now. But this TED Talk, man, it really changed the course of a lot of things for me. Because once again, it's already in our subconscious that we know that consistency is a major key, but we forget about it. But in this TED Talk, this guy mentions that it only takes 20 hours, 45 minutes a day for a month, give or take, probably less than that. You can learn anything that you want with 45 minutes a day for 30 days. I'm not going to say you're going to be an expert at it, but you're going to learn it decently. And you're going to be able to go about your life, knowing that anything is possible with consistency and discipline. You can do it. I actually put a couple of things to the test. I always wanted to learn how to juggle. And I always thought that I wasn't that good at drawing. But I put this test to I put it together, and I eventually was able to draw better, and I was eventually able to juggle. And right then and there, I was just like, man, what is it that we can't do? Anything we put our minds to, we can't do it. It's just sometimes we give up too easily, and we don't stick things through. And we think when we fail at something that we can't do it. But a lot of successful people in life, they failed again. But they failed forward, not backwards. They learned about their mistakes through their consistency. They learned that I got to keep at this and figure out, where I'm going wrong so I can get better. But they never gave up. I feel like, in the back of our heads when we're learning something new or something's difficult at first, it's just like, man, I feel so stupid. Like we always have that negative talk. We can't have negative talk. We got to have, how do I get better at this? Why am I not doing this correctly? And so at first when we're doing something, we got to get that attitude out of our minds of, I feel awkward. I feel like I'm, not looking right doing these things that I should be able to do. And it's very difficult for me because once again, I can refer back to the beginning of this. It all started when we're babies. We learn how to walk, we learn how to talk, we continue to learn through consistency. I believe like consistency creates new habits. We always didn't brush our teeth, right? And then we started brushing our teeth and then it became a daily habit because we knew it was essential to our teeth being clean and we're not having bad breath, etc., cavities and all those things. But our consistency can create these life skill habits. And that's what we need to grasp and never forget that, anything we want in life, we can get it. Anything we want to learn in life, we can do it through simple consistency and discipline, something that's in our subconscious mind that we should never forget. And we got to instill this in our youth as well. A lot of us, I'm a coach, and hopefully, sooner in the future, I'll be a father. But I want to always instill in my youth, my athletes, and when I have a son or daughter one day, that, don't give up on something, especially if it's hard. Because once again, once you accomplish something that's difficult, oh my God, the fulfillment that you're going to have, the sense of success, and you're going to carry that on with you wherever you go, with your friends and your relationships, with your work field. Everywhere you go, you're going to carry that and you're going to pass that on to others. And it's ultimately going to help everybody level up in life, level up in being a better cook, level up in being a better photographer, level up in whatever area that you want to be successful in or that you want to see improvement in. Consistency, that's that thing. That's what's going to get you there. Consistency, practice, discipline. Major 3 keys. And you're ultimately going to be happier. You're going to be more positive. And you're going to know, yeah, this stuff takes hard work. But all that hard work is going to pay off. And it's always going to leave you smiling at the end of the day. Yeah, there's going to be some bumps in the road. Always going to be some bumps in the road. But without failure, there's no correction. Correction is growth. And growth is what we all need. Growth never stops. It's a continuous journey through life. And we got to know that. And why do we want to stop growing? It's evolution. Never want to plateau. We continue to get better as parents. We continue to get better as coaches. Whatever field that we're in, we always got to have continuous growth. And if we're not doing something that we don't enjoy doing, why are we doing it? Growth is something you should want to do. And that's all we got to do. And that's the keys to, leveling up in this life that, I like to compare it to a game sometimes. Because, there's bosses, there's all these things that we got to get past. But once we get past them, once again, I'm sorry I sound repetitive, but that's that fulfillment and growth, that we need. But people, we all grasp these things, understand it. It's in our subconscious that things are hard, but we can get past them. And through consistency that we pass on through our kids, it's going to continue through generation after generation. It's going to affect our peers. It's going to affect our friends. And ultimately, we're all going to evolve, through love and peace and knowing what it takes to get to that next level. All right. Thank you again for coming in to another episode of the B-voy podcast. We always just trying to become the best versions of ourselves. And hopefully, I can help y'all get there. Thank you again for tuning in.